having been tested by the people from New Zealand, was right for business brokering. But there are challenges. It's hard to buy a business and it's hard to sell a business. Statistically, it takes over 200 days to sell a business from the start. When we get the listing, exclusive listing, we get all the information, and then we take it to market. That's an average of 200 days of marketing the business. And then, you know, the confidentiality and the exclusivity is something that is so new to the marketplace. So yes, there are challenges to sell a business. That is why you have to hire a professional business broker, a linked business broker who will represent you because they have the experience to do it. And then when you buy a business, it's the same thing. It's also very difficult, and that's why we have a process.
So if I will buy a business, what is the first step in buying a business?
The first step, since our listings or our engagements are exclusive and confidential, we have to have the person sign a non-disclosure agreement. And what that says to the buyer who signs it is that the information that we are going to provide you is highly confidential, and you're not to disclose it to anyone. You are going to get the information from us so that you are able to discern whether or not this is the business you would like to buy. So you sign a non-disclosure agreement, and then the broker will also ask you for valid IDs, two government-issued IDs like a passport or your driver's license, because it's important for us to know who we're dealing with. We have a fiduciary responsibility to our sellers to make sure that we are dealing with qualified buyers.
Okay. After signing the non-disclosure agreement, is there other information that you require?
Well, of course, there is, you know, the validation of the money. It's very important. You know, it's not easy to buy a business without the money or financing. So in a lot of respects, when you are selling your business yourself, like for sale by owner, it's very difficult for you to ask a prospective buyer, well, how much money do you have? Because it's very offensive sometimes. But we as business brokers, we have an obligation to our sellers. So we tell the buyers, Mr. Buyer, we want to know what is your budget and how much you have set aside for this purchase. And, you know, is the money going to come from a liquidation of stock, or do you have a line of credit, acquisition line of credit? Do you have available funds? Do you have the liquidity to do it? And really, in the Philippines, liquidity has become a major issue because banks still do not know or are not comfortable in underwriting business financing. In other words, the acquisition of businesses is very difficult to underwrite for a lot of banks. So we do have to make sure that you have the financial and managerial wherewithal to buy the business.
A lot of people, when they look into a particular industry, they look into competitors. But in your case, as you said, you are pioneering here in the Philippines. How can you say your competitive edge to other people who want to buy a business as well?
You know, when I joined Link Business Brokers, my first talk to the brokers who were going to join, since I have 10 years of experience in California, I was telling the brokers that business brokering is not for everyone. It is not for everyone. It is a very difficult career to proceed with because you have a lot of issues that you can't control. But if you have the experience in sales and if you have the experience in financial analysis, then it will be a lot easier for you. So the challenges really is, you know, when we go into the market as Link, you know, we don't really have competition in that regard because there's not very many brokers out there who are trained to professionally represent the businesses for sale. They do not have the 9-step proven process that Link has. They do not have the network of 30 offices operating in 4 countries. They do not have the network of people who know them, professional people like lawyers and CPA and all these people who can bring in the business. All they're going to do is they may be a one-man show from the corner here trying to sell a business. And you cannot sell a business that way. It has to be a proven process, and you have to disseminate the information confidentially and professionally. So if you ask me if I have a competitor, I would really say honestly and truthfully, nobody does it like Link.
Can you share one or two stories with us, of course, business people?
In the first example that I can share with you here in Alabang, our first business, despite the economic situation and the pandemic and all that, we were able to close 2 businesses in the food and beverage industry. We closed the listing of a very popular bar here in Alabang, and then we also were able to close a restaurant. And I can actually share the names with you because they're already closed transactions. In other words, we successfully sold them. So we sold Players in Alabang Town Center, and we also sold Kinalola. So those are very successful stories because the seller of Kinalola is a foreigner, a European. And fortunately, we were able to articulate the business to another foreigner, another European. So the 2 European men got together, understood each other, and they proceeded with the sale. And then with the Players, we had a gentleman who was retiring from the Silicon Valley, and he wanted to buy his children. I think there are a couple of them in the US who are in the food and beverage, in hotel management, wanted to buy them a business. And so we closed Players. But that's just a sample of the successful businesses that we have sold. Just recently, and we are still at the tail end of this transaction, because of the pandemic and because of the situation we're in, popular businesses are online businesses. So we just recently also consummated the online business, selling of products through online. And that is not an easy business to get into, nor is it easy to find a buyer for it. But here we are, Link Alabang successfully represented the sale of an online business in a worst economic situation, the pandemic. So we are successful in representing businesses for sale.
What are the most popular inquiries right now?
Well, the buyer inquiries are coming from different places. As I said, I think online has become popular. We currently have an online business that is in the automotive industry. We also have a lot of service business requirement. So, we've had a lot of inquiries on our hotel or our hospital and our HMO. We also have inquiries on, food production, food manufacturing, very good businesses that are listed for sale, but because there is no succession in place and the people have been doing it for a long time, the sellers, they are retiring and the motivation to sell is there. So those are the inquiries right now. Again, still related to the food and beverage industry.
So would I buy an existing business rather than starting up a new business?
It's funny that you asked that question because I can answer it from being a banker and also a business broker. I have 16 years of banking experience financing companies. And then I also have over 10 years of business brokering. When I was a banker, I was never comfortable in financing startups. The reason for that is there is a higher risk in getting into something, funding something that has so many unknowns. We fund it, you open your door, you don't know if your product is going to be acceptable by the marketplace. You don't know if the people's going to come. You don't know when the first peso, the first 100 pesos is going to come in to pay your rent. And oftentimes when you start a business from scratch, you have already expended the money that you have saved up to open the business, and then now you don't have working capital. That is the worst thing. Opening a startup, spending all your money on leasehold improvement and all the furniture, fixture, equipment that you need, you open your door and nobody knows you and you don't have the money for your food cost or your rent or your employees. So that is really very, very risky. On the other hand, if you buy an existing business, the infrastructure is already there. So the money that you are going to spend on starting from scratch, and hopefully it will take you 3 years to at least, break even or even first start your sale, is spent on getting the business marketed out there so that it can expand. An existing business infrastructure is there. All you have to do is make it better. You make it better through marketing, advertising, managing it properly, managing your costs. So if I were a buyer today, I don't think, unless I have a good franchise like a McDonald's and I have unlimited financial resources, I would probably not buy a startup, because the startup requires a lot more resources financially and managerially. I would rather buy an existing business and make it better.
Okay. How do you value an existing business?
Valuing a business, there are different ways to value a business. And what we call the rule of thumb of people saying, well, I have a business for sale and the value of my business is 3 times cash flow, return on investment. But that's only one aspect of valuation. Cash flow is only one aspect of the value of the business. We value the business based on assets, based on industry, based on cash flow, based on multiples of gross sales, and multiples of profitability. We also value it based on what the other, for instance, today we have a food manufacturing company, and the valuation is really outside the box in terms of what is the norm. So we had to go out into the public forum, to go to publicly held companies and determine what the value is of the stock of publicly held companies in terms of their price per earning ratio, what the profitability is, the revenue is. So there's a lot of things that go into the business. So a simplified way of saying, well, the value of my business is 3 times cash flow is only one aspect. If you hire Link, we can help you value it from different perspectives, because I think that's important to you to know the different perspectives of valuation.
So, Eleanor, what are the risk factors in buying an existing business?
Buying an existing business is, there is an element of risk. In anything in business, there is an element of risk. How you manage that risk is the most important. So when you buy a business, an existing business, the most important thing is validation of the books and records that are being represented to you. That is why you need a professional and ethical business broker. You need a Link business broker to help you through the process. As I said, we have a 9-step process so that when you buy it, you went with a 9-step buying process, so that when you come to the tail end, it's just a matter of funding it and you're fine. You've gone through due diligence, you've, so to speak, kick tires to make sure that everything is okay. You look at financials, the revenue base, to make sure that the revenue is really there. So there's a lot of things that you need to to evaluate. And that's where the risk is of buying a business. Knowing what you are buying, validating the information that's being given to you.
What are the advantages in buying an existing business compared to starting up a new business?
Buying an existing business, as I have said earlier, I think it's very important to buy an existing business because the infrastructure already exists. It's there. All you have to do is make it better. So if the business is already there, all you have to do is market it, improve the menu, improve the product line, manage the costs. So your managerial and financial capacity, your experience is brought into an existing platform that you can make better.
Uh, a link broker in buying a business.
Okay. You know, there are a lot of people out there who will tell you that they are listing, that they have this listing, okay? And we have come across a few of them, and they really do not have the listing. They say they have the listing, but really when we get into interviewing them or come across them, all they really have is information that the business is for sale. So when you buy a business through link, be assured that you are dealing with a professional and ethical business broker. The business broker has an exclusive listing. The business broker has the confidential information that you need to discern whether this business is for sale. And if it is the right business for you with the right information that you can do your due diligence on. And, you know, the business broker will ethically and professionally represent you. Whether you're a buyer or seller, that's who we are, that's what we do, that is what our credibility is all about.
Thank you so much, Eleanor, for that very informative interview. So we now start the business for sale presentation. A gentle reminder to all participants, at the end of the presentation, you may raise your questions or comments by sending a text message to the number being flashed on our screen. We would be glad to assist you. Our first presenter is business broker Camille Arzaga. She is a business broker at Ling Alabang and already sold business. She's a CPA and a mompreneur. She will present a rare find, profitable and upmarket adventure travel lifestyle. Take it away, Camille.
Thank you, moderator. Hello. An amazing person once told me that the difference between a successful entrepreneur and that of the average person is that the former can see the future, can recognize opportunities, and take action on it. The business that I'm about to present to you could be that opportunity that you are looking for. It is a rare find, profitable, and upmarket adventure travel lifestyle accessories company. Well, the history of the company is that our seller is a sports enthusiast. What started out as a sports aficionado's need for a stylish, practical, and multifunction fabric that will get rid of adventure travel lifestyle distractions such as dust, sweat, and loose hair is now a proudly Filipino international brand. As for the market overview, this business has its own website, e-commerce site. It also has online presence from the top e-commerce marketing platforms, namely Lazada, Shopee, and Zalora. Also, other sales channels would be through consignment, outright, and made-to-order sales. As for the financial performance, this company has 7 product lines and over 500 original designs. And I think you'll be interested on this part because the average 3 years gross sales is about 16 million, and the 3-year average gross profit is 12.9 million, Obviously, the cost of goods sold for the range would be about 20 to 27%. So you have that 70% big space out there for profitability. And what are the benefits of owning this business? First, it is easy to operate. There's an excellent system in place to produce quality products at the optimum level. The proof of this would be the cost of goods sold at 20% to 27%. There are no known competitors locally. Overseas, there is, but that would be another exciting story on the journey of this company. There are 236 outlets nationwide and over 500 original designs, all original products. Also, the products are trademarked in the Philippines, US, China, Malaysia, and South Korea. It is operational, efficient, and complete e-commerce site. Again, uh, why not reap the benefits of a well-run, profitable, and niche market company gained from the owner's 10 years of constant product innovation, operation improvements, and targeted marketing? This profitable and upmarket adventure travel lifestyle accessories company is priced at 25 million. And what's included in the sale? Inventory, manufacturing process, contracts with the outlets, trademarks and intellectual property rights, the brand, and the e-commerce site. Once again, this is our business listing, a rare find, profitable and upmarket adventure travel lifestyle and accessories company for 25 million. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Camille. Our next presenter is business broker Benji Tabayag. He is a top business broker at Link Alabang and the Rising Star for 2019. He has a vast experience in customer service over the years, which complement his role as a business broker at Link Alabang. He will present the earning food distributor with exclusive territorial coverage. Take it away, Benji.
Thank you very much, Paul, and good morning to everyone. This is an earning coffee manufacturing distribution business. Established in 2017, and the owner is involved already in coffee farming and manufacturing since the 1990s. It has an online presence in marketplace like Lazada and Shopee, and this business is FDA certified, and the brand is registered in the IPO. So the model of this business, it starts with the coffee beans. So from the coffee beans, this business is roasting it, grinding, and then packaging it for distribution to different channels. So this business has an online presence already, especially to the start in the start of 2020, when they already in the Lazada and Shopee, and they have already exposures in eBay and Amazon recently through resellers, and they have resellers offering to hotels, coffee shops, and customers. So the business has the business is very raw in terms of marketing operation. They still have room for growth. They only rely on their resellers in terms of nationwide coverage in terms of distribution of these coffee products. Providing an informed performance of this business for this year alone, for the month of March to August 2020, the average sales of this company is 138,000 per month. So this is during the lockdown period ending August. So in which in the same period they're averaging around 2,421 average monthly transactions. Just to provide you a snapshot of their income expense summary, the 2019 figure shows you that the net income is 1.5 million, generated from 70% transactions from Lazada. So this business is selling for 7.5 million pesos for an 80% ownership of the corporation. So the benefits of owning this business, it has a potential growth of the brand. You can leverage on the online exposure. They already started with Lazada and Shopee, And now with the international marketplace like eBay and Amazon, they have a strong demand locally, and this business is already operating 2017, although the owner is already in the business since 1990s. Thank you very much, Paul.
All right, thank you so much, Benji. Our next presenter is business broker Mario Bate. He's a business broker at Link Alabang and a licensed real estate broker. As a Link business broker, he exhibits great interpersonal skills and bright enthusiasm, knowing he can help clients in the buying and selling process of business. He will present cash cow restaurant business, likely payback in 2 to 3 years. Take it away, Mario.
The couple turned entrepreneur started the business in 1999 as a supplier of delectable cakes and pastries to hotels. After years of experience, they decided to venture into opening their own desserts place in Bulacan. Due to public demand, the offering expanded to an all-you-can-eat buffet of international and local dishes value for money at $299 that became a phenomenal hit, leading them to open up 2 more stores. Their newest branch highlights a spacious buffet area and a separate events place and a bakery section. With the buffet price at just $299, you would wonder how this business can make a profit. It's because of the volume of customers they get from walk-ins and bookings for special events. It was also a great strategy to set up their own commissary to minimize production costs. Bundle sale of 3 stores includes an interconnecting commissary with specialty subsections for pastries, customized cakes, buffet delicacies, and a warehouse. The highly capable management team who grew the business since inception. As the COVID-19 greatly affected their business, they shipped their stores to bakery and bakery supplies and started to supply burger buns to restaurants as well as small burger chains in the vicinity. Also started to do bakery class on site as well as online classes. For further inquiries about this business, please call our Link Alabang office with landline 796-85465, cell phone number 0917-854-5465. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mar. Our next presenter is business broker Noemi Concepcion. She's a business broker at Link Alabang. She has a broad experience in corporate marketing and entrepreneurship. She is also a real estate broker abroad. She will present Cafe and Bistro with Scenic View. Take it away, Noemi.
Ciao, signore e signori. My presentation is about a profitable and well-established Italian restaurant. Imagine eating amidst the sun-blessed but cool ambiance of Tuscany with your favorite pasta, meat, and wine. Now, you can actually have the same authentic Italian dining when you own your Italian restaurant right in the middle of verdant and cool Tagaytay. This Italian cafe and bistro is the perfect spot for trying out Italian dishes. Owned by an excellent food photographer, his European-inspired restaurants are based from his travels. Background of the business. Established in 2005, it is among the top 10 most loved restaurants in Tagaytay, voted in July 2020. You can experience al fresco dine-in, and it has huge clientele, both foreign and local. And its prime location, needless to say, is because of its spectacular view of the famous Taal Lake. Operations overview. We have well-trained and experienced staff, like the chef who has been with us for 15 years. It's very popular with many tourists. And of course, it has excellent authentic Italian food, but it also has Filipino cuisines with a twist. And the adobo version is a must-try. There is strong digital marketing presence, like at Zomato, blogs, Facebook, Twitter, and other digital platforms. It demonstrates healthy profit margins. Like in 2019, its gross sales was 24 million. The EBITDA, again in 2019, was 2.5 million. Let's go to market overview. It has foreign and local clientele, as mentioned earlier, and it can be in NCR, as far as NCR, and nearby provinces from the north to the south. It has corporate residential clients, and it has diverse customers in different walks of life, like millennials, families of seniors and kids, as well as high and middle class. Now, what are the benefits of owning this business? It has 15 years track record in restaurant business industry. It has established clients. And for the buyer, he's very fortunate because it is a high return on investment. There's potential growth from adding new branches like NCR and other nearby provinces. It definitely has sustainable and easy to manage business. Amid the COVID-19, March to date, they have continuously serviced their clientele and not compromising the safety and health protocols. They cater for deliveries during the pandemic to sustain the business. It is fully operational, turnkey business. So it's not only perfect for locals, but also for foreign investors who are permitted to own shares of stocks in corporations. Financial informations are withheld, it's confidential, but please feel free to contact the broker on the number and email address provided on the screen. We will be happy to assist you. And don't forget the delicious gelato. This is Noemi Concepcion. Grazie.
Thank you so much, Noemi. Our next presenter is business broker Lani Davis. She is a business broker at Lincalabang and our corporate secretary. She will present professional printing services. Take it away, Lani.
Thank you, moderator. I will present today a profitable barcode, label, and printing services. This is the #1 authority in barcode and sticker labels in the Philippines. Established in 2003, its services include printing using different methods and techniques: offset, digital, result, tarpaulin, barcode, and others. They specializes in barcode printing services and has high-quality barcode and sticker label solution on events. They also carry some consumables such as cards and printing supplies. Also, they will be happy to assist you concerning graphics design for your branding and overall marketing design concept. The company is also a registered service provider that offers rentals of computer equipment. Let's proceed to market overview. They have market They have major market all over the Philippines, meaning Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. They have diverse customers in different industries, such as government and private companies. Clients include but not limited to leading manufacturers, factories, semiconductors, and other prestigious companies. What are the benefits of owning this business? They have 17 years track record in printing service business, established clientele, recurring income through continuous and repetitive contracts. The business is sustainable and easy to manage. Amid the COVID-19, starting March to date, they have continuous orders from their clients because barcode labels or stickers are necessary for almost everything, such as price tags, stickers for the supermarket and grocery items, shipping labels like LBC and DHL, and industrial labels, etc. The prospective buyers is purchasing two items of value, namely a real estate asset and a fully operational turnkey business. This is also perfect for business investors who are permitted to own shares of stock in corporations. This profitable printing business can be yours at 29 million. Real estate component is included in the sale. Financial information are held confidential. Please feel free to contact the broker on the number and email address provided on the screen. We'll be happy to assist you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lani. So for further inquiries about the business we presented and other concerns, kindly call your business broker or send a text message to our cell phone being flashed on our screen. So if you have other questions, you can send your question now. All right. So we move on our on the closing remarks by our President and CEO, Eleanor Carbonell. Take it away, Eleanor.
Thank you, Paul. I just want to let you guys know that we are going to be here every week to present to you the opportunities for sale. Okay, there are a lot of businesses that we take on as an engagement, and you certainly want to be represented by a professional and ethical business broker. And the reason for this is because buying a business is a process. And we have the proven process. We have the link proven process. And selling a business is also a process. It's not just putting your advertising on the wall and say, I'm for sale, because there are risks in selling a business with people getting the information, confidential information from you, and not really serious about their intent to buy the business. So it is really incumbent upon you as sellers and also as buyers to engage the services of a professional and ethical business broker, a linked business broker who can sell your business exclusively and confidentially and find you a qualified buyer. And on the buyer side, a business broker who can represent you ethically and professionally in representing your interest. After all, our motto is link, we sell businesses. So I hope that after you've attended this webinar, that you have realized it's very important to get all this information so that you can, if you are a prospective buyer or seller, then you can understand the process and how we go about selling the business and how we go about listing the business, because this investor forum was designed specifically for serious people who want to buy and sell businesses. We would like to thank you for your presence today, and we hope that it was a learning experience. We hope it was a good experience for you, and we certainly look forward to seeing you again next week. We will have this, as I said, this investor forum on a weekly basis on Saturday We will have a rotation of listings that we have for sale so that you will know which business is the right one for you. Again, thank you very much. You have a nice weekend. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Eleanor. According to Forbes magazine, 8 out of 10 business fail. Why start your own business and risk your money? Buy an existing business and profitable business. On behalf of Lincoln Bank, see you again next week. Thank you. Bye.